Okay, I guess I'm ready whenever you're ready. Wait, I'll be right back. I gotta go.
I feel like I'm just gonna laugh and giggle, sorry. Just not used to the whole like interviewing.
Oh, I love Highland cows. That's so cool.
Oh my god, STEM majors who are artistically talented piss me off. Because it's like, how are you smart and also really creatively talented? Like, fuck you, I'm jealous.
Well, I was actually thinking about this last night because I had a feeling you might ask me these kind of questions. And I was like, what? At first, my answer to what is art, it was like, anything could be art. I think anything could be art.
I think art can be literally whatever the fuck you want.
I think art can be anything anybody thinks is creative and artistic.
I would say anything someone creates that has a meaning behind it.
Like that guy who, he submitted a urinal, I think. I remember learning about that. Fuck it, that's a statement.
And then I looked up the definition in the dictionary. And it was vague, and it said like something more. It's usually visual and created for beauty and stuff.
People make things, I think that's art. Drawing is art. Creating anything, to me, is art.
Like, there's art in making this blanket. There was art in making these pillows. There was art in making these I just what isn't art?
Art in its bare essence to me is expression. Whether that expression can be I want to make something that looks cool or I'm trying to express a motive.
I actually remember I was probably like kindergarten, first grade, second grade, something like that. And Miss K, you remember the art teacher? She was the one who got me enrolled in like Staub or whatever, Staub Art Studio, because I like vividly remember like her pulling. It was either outside of the art room or outside in the first grade classroom, Miss Pound, and she's like, Claire, like there's an art studio nearby. Like she's like, you should ask your mom. So I asked her, and she called me up and she's like, did you like get enrolled in any classes? I was like, yeah, I talked to my mom, and she like went there when she was younger and like was friends with Miss Maria.
I had like a falling out with art because I was going to apply to high school and it was way more stressful than applying for colleges. It's just like having adults look at my 12-year-old portfolio like kind of stressed me the hell out. And then I was like, maybe art's not what I'm cut out for because I don't think I have what it takes in terms of skills. So, I mean, isn't that crazy at like 13 to be like, I don't think I have the skills for this. I'm not going to do this anymore.
And when I think back on it, it seems like such a like quick decision that I made. And I think it was. And I think I just sort of latched onto it and said, this is what I'm going to do. I just like making art. And I think it's just like, I constantly come up with these ideas. And it's like, instead of just like letting them sit there, it's like, well, why not do them? Like, why not make this? Like, nothing is stopping me from just trying to make this. I can go from, like, not making anything for, like, even weeks and then, like, making a bunch of stuff back to back or, like, making something, like, once every billion years. I don't know. I mean, I wish it was more structured because I feel like that way I would make more polished and well-assembled things. But I still do kind of like enjoy the sporadic nature of me going like, oh, I'll try this thing. Oh, I'll try adding this. Why not do that? Well, so I did, for a while I was doing the illustrations that I would post to Instagram. And they were very quirky and fun. And so for those, I think there was this part of me that kind of just wanted to like get back in touch with that like childhood kind of mentality of just creating weird drawings and kind of just letting your mind do what it wants to do and put it down on paper. But then like it turned into this other thing where like I wanted people to see it. I kind of hate that, by the way. Like I hate that we have to like make our art under a magnifying glass
Like, I don't feel like I make art for me half the time anymore. I have to make art that has to be seen, that could do something in the future.
My favorite thing about making art at home is
It's almost like cathartic in nature.
it relieves my stress. It's something I can do that doesn't take a lot of thought, that is fun.
It's just something that, like, ever since I was little, it's just something, like, not that I found easy, but I found it, like, enjoyable in a challenging way.
It's fun, but it's also like, it's rewarding. Like, it's cool to like see like your finished products. Like, it's like, oh, I fucking did that. I'm so fucking cool.
I think my favorite thing about making art is actually when you rediscover something that you already made.
I don't know. I have a weird thing where like I stare at the art I make a lot, where it's like half of me is critiquing it, and then half of me is kind of dissociating by the fact that like I made it. It was just like, whoa, I guess my hands can do that thing. That's cool. But the other half of me is like, you should have redone everything.
Because I feel like I don't usually like what I make. And then, like, I'll open up a notebook or pull up a file that I made, like, months ago, and I'll look at it, and it's like, that's actually really cool.
But I also really like think it's interesting to see other people's reactions to what I make, because it's like, what is the perspective outside of my own head?
And I feel like experiencing your own art after you've already done it, like, and it's kind of left your mind, is kind of a cool feeling, because you're like a spectator to something you've created. It's kind of like the first time you're seeing it and like actually enjoying it and being like, oh wow, that is really cool.
Part of it
I
is
think
like,
it involves me
like a
having to see
jealousy
someone else
kind
doing
of
something
thing.
really cool, and I'm like,
where it's like I
need
see
to
something
if I can
cool
do
and it's
that.
like that I'll see like somebody else made, and I'll be like, well, I want to make something like that.
Yeah, other people are so cool, and I always go like, oh, that person's so cool, oh, that person's so cool. I need to like leech off of them and see what I can like learn from them. That's my favorite thing to do.
But I'm just realizing that, like, when something becomes a job that you need it to support yourself, sometimes it can kind of remove some of the joy that you would normally find in doing that thing.
I do find that when I get home, I don't do a lot of art.
And now, honestly, I don't create a whole lot of art.
Mostly because I don't have the time. It's not that I don't want to.
I feel like my creative energy is mostly used up in my job as a designer, which sometimes frustrates me that I can't put that energy towards something more personal.
So now I'm trying to make more art for myself, and I feel like it's the art that I make for myself that ends up being more special than the art I put way too much thought into, because it's more genuine that way.
Art, to me, is something that I think everybody can do in their way.
Make your mark on the world and the way you know how to.
Okay, I feel like I feel like I need an ending,
Like,
but I can't think of one, so this is it. I gotta go make my mac and cheese and my right now.
yes.